Assalamu alaikum. Elena here, the Muslim travel girl, and today we're talking about the 5 must-have things that I never leave my house without for Hajj or Umrah. These have literally helped me make my Umrah and Hajj so much easier that I just don't travel without them, obviously, logistically, and they're not the things they think about like ihram and clothes, but they're the practical things that really come from experience after having performed more than 20 Umrahs, having performed Hajj, and also helped 1.7 million Muslims throughout the world for the past 12 years find information and pack their bags for Hajj and Umrah, inshallah, through muslimtravelgirl.com. So without further ado, let me share with you the 5 things that I absolutely think you should be packing in your suitcase. The first one is comfortable shoes. Yes, I know that's kind of packing, but not really. And these are the 2 pairs of shoes I packed for Hajj and Umrah. I literally went for Hajj only using and wearing those two shoes. I have also recommended them to over 100,000 people who have watched my packing Hajj video, and they rave about them. They're the breathable trainers. I have those in white. I absolutely love them. I have recommended them to every single person. They're in my packing list on my website, which I'm gonna leave a link in the description below, and they're so comfortable. Now, a lot of people ask me, why do you use these specific trainers that are slip on but they cover your feet? Is because number one, they're still trainers. They are also very breathable material. They're usually cotton, so then they can actually breathe while you're walking because your feet swell. And that's another thing, because they're not constrictive, your feet, when they swell and they expand, the shoe is still very comfortable, but also it protects your feet from the dust. One thing I found, especially around Hajj, is that it is extremely dusty around. We walked from Medinah to Mecca, which was a long walk. I didn't have any blisters. I didn't have to worry about washing my feet or feeling uncomfortable. And I absolutely love those trainers. I have worn them for years. The second pair of shoes that I particularly rave about, and I do not travel without, are the Birkenstock Beach Edition, the Evo ones, because they are made of this plastic material that is extremely durable, but also super light. So then you don't feel any heaviness on your feet, but they're extremely comfortable because they're molded into your feet. I recently did a 24-hour Umrah, and I only packed those 2 pairs of shoes as well. Wash them, you can make wudu in them, you can go to the bathroom, you can just literally rinse them and they're ready to go. These are the 2 pairs of shoes that I swear by. People who have taken those 2 pairs always have very good comments to say back, and I am glad that they're helpful. The second thing I do not travel, especially for Hajj and Umrah, without is electrolytes. Electrolytes have literally saved my life. I rave about them all the time. The first time I used them, I was doing a hike in Machu Picchu in Peru. I was doing the Inca Trail, and since then I have not stopped taking them. They saved my life quite literally during Hajj season because I got so dehydrated. A lot of Muslims and pilgrims who go for Umrah and Hajj, they think that drinking enough water is enough. However, this is not the case, because during the heat and during the fast or during crowds and people, we lose a lot of minerals as well from our body that needs to be replenished. But electrolytes also help you with dizziness, muscle cramp, and fatigue, and that is essential, because during my Hajj, when I didn't eat enough and I didn't drink enough, so I don't use the bathroom, I was so dehydrated and fatigued. I know for a fact that electrolytes saved me. Also, I have an electrolyte, which I have shown before, because obviously we want to have the energy to complete Umrah. You check out the list and get yourself some electrolytes, inshallah. Number 3 on my list is travel insurance. And I cannot stress enough how important it is to actually have a travel insurance when you go Hajj and Umrah. Many Muslims confuse that the travel insurance that comes with the tourist visa is enough. However, unfortunately, there is no travel insurance when it comes to your visa waiver. And this is where the problem starts. In recent months, I have had so many cases of followers and readers, even friends and family who have gone for Umrah and they didn't take any extra travel insurance, which resulted in them going to hospital, not have proper coverage, and in some cases even having an ambulance called out and then paying out of pocket £1,000. As somebody who has been hospitalized abroad in Dubai, and thankfully I had forgotten to cancel my travel insurance, I needed it and I was so lucky. My bill in Dubai was £6,000 and I really didn't want to have to pay that, and I didn't, because I did have travel insurance. insurance. And I always thought, oh, I'm just going to cancel it because I didn't need it last year. Why am I going to keep it? However, those 50 or 60 pounds that you have bought travel insurance can literally save you thousands and give you a peace of mind, because an unexpected medical bill is not something I want to worry about while me or my child are in hospital. So make sure you get yourself travel insurance pretty much straight after you book your Hajj or Umrah. And if you want more on the travel insurance, I do have a full-on video, which I'm going to link, and make sure you get yourself that travel insurance. So talking about comfort, let's talk about my new favorite way of connecting with friends and family and you guys on social media, which is having an eSIM. I had a very popular video a few years ago on how to get yourself a SIM when you arrive in Saudi Arabia for Hajj and Umrah, but now eSIMs are literally changing the way we travel. eSIMs are absolutely essential in my opinion, especially if you're traveling outside the European zone, for those who are in the UK, or if you travel internationally. They help you connect with your friends, but also for safety reasons. As a single girl traveling alone, I find it very scary or frustrating when I end up in a country like I did in Peru, couldn't find a SIM, and that's literally the first time I used an eSIM. I was at the airport by myself, not knowing where to go and where my guide was, and I had no option of calling. Since then, I actually decided to try an eSIM and I have not looked back. We all need internet connection now, whether it is for safety reasons like myself or for posts on social media, because everybody wants to share their travel experiences with friends and family, or for Hajj and Umrah to make sure that you don't get lost, you don't get separated from your group. We used it to actually make sure that we were on the right path from Mina to Mecca while we were walking. It also kept me motivated of how far we've come and how long we still have to go. But eSIMs and connectivity are super important. One service that I have really been impressed with is Teletravel. They're an eSIM provider who are also sponsoring this video very kindly. They give you connectivity in 190 countries, including Saudi Arabia, with just a few taps on your phone. They're literally one of the very few providers happy to be associated with Hajj and Umrah. They also offer something that I have never seen before. They offer, with their 10 gigabyte bundles, a service called Teletravel Care, which comes as a standard that gives you access to a 30-day healthcare concierge, which I had never heard of this before, called Seraphim. You can give them a call and they can navigate you by qualified nurses of prescriptions or assistance of finding the best hospital and healthcare providers to know whether you actually need a doctor or you just need a paracetamol. Whether this is Saudi Arabia or anywhere else in the 190 countries that they cover, which I find absolutely amazing because I have never seen a service like this and I was totally impressed with that. I will include in the description below my 10% discount code for Teletravel, which includes of course the Teletravel Care, and it takes 5 minutes to set up. But irrelevant of which company you use, eSIMs are here to stay and change the way we travel. The comfort and ease of actually having connectivity even before you arrive at the destination are invaluable in my opinion. And I don't even know where I can actually get a physical SIM card now when I travel because I don't need it. My fifth tip, and this is kind of weird, but at the same time, so hear me out before you judge me, okay? Is a cooling towel. With Umrah now being so popular during hot summer seasons because it's one of the cheapest times to go and hopefully less crowded, but that's not really the case anymore. Cooling towers are life-saving. I had not heard of cooling towers before or the ice pack until I went for Hajj, and because we went in July heat, 40 degrees walking is absolutely a killer when you have to walk from your tent to Jamarat. During our Hajj, the guards used to distribute cooling ice pack for pilgrims. I remember we used to fight with my husband of who is going to try this cooling pack because we both needed it. It was sweating, it was hot. So I went and I bought some cooling towels that you can put in the fridge, you can put with cold water, and you just have them as part of your kit when you travel. I also take them to Greece and the beach. It gets really, really hot and I won't cool down. But they have changed how I travel to warm countries, especially Hajj and Umrah. And don't judge before you try them out, okay? And as a bonus pack, I have two things I don't personally leave my house without, whether I am going to the coffee shop to work or whether I'm going to Hajj, Umrah, or any other travel destination. And the number one is this little thing here. I absolutely love it. It's a travel adapter, but it has everything from USB to C ports to different types for each country. I have taken this with me to probably 6 or 7 countries already. The first time I bought it was when I went for Hajj. I went and my friend was like, there are no many sockets, so you have to take extension cord for sockets because we struggle. Alhamdulillah, I did not have this problem in my camp, but I had bought this one with me and the extension cord, but I didn't need the extension cord. But get this, because this thing, although a little bit pricey, I think they retail for about £20. They are absolutely amazing. You can use them in different countries. I take only this thing now when I leave my house because I love things that are compact and comfortable. This charges every single device I have with this little cord. And these are the two things I always take, kid you know. And because I'm a minimalist and normally travel with a hand luggage, they perfectly fit in there and I don't have to worry about space as well. So here are the 5 things of what I would highly recommend you do when you go for Hajj or Umrah, because they are practical things that make me worry less but make my trip more enjoyable. I might forget an abaya that I can buy in Saudi Arabia, but am I going to find a specific footwear? Probably not. They have literally changed my life. The Electrolytes, the eSIM, even this little power device have transformed the way I travel, make it much more easier, much more comfortable and much enjoyable. So I hope you really like this video. Let me know in the comments below if you will try any of my suggestions, if you have tried my suggestions, and if you will try my suggestions. Just let me know in the comments what do you think. Until next time, make sure to check the description for all the links in this video. I will leave them down below for you, including the 10% discount code with teletravel so you can try their eSIM provider. And until next time, Assalamu alaikum.